OK，我们来讲，你看那个 comments 啊，第一个 on your right side，你按 comments 就是有 live comments during 我们的
All right.
live session 啊
So it's in
，so 怎么
Chinese
样
or English? Sorry.
？English
，OK，
怎样 MCO？虽然我们昨天有聊一下，
其实头发长了一点哦。
哎，我也是这样觉得，你们男孩子头发很快长哎。
哎呀，然后因为有 tip 嘛，然后变成尖尖了呢，越来越
哦，
凸出来了。
就在旁边这边吗？
对，So 我觉得在这个时候是很适合做一些 self improvement 尤其是我觉得今天会看直播的人都是，I think most likely are looking for self development which 我是自己本身也是做很多啦，in terms of what in the past 30 days，35 days I think，yeah，so anyway，
35 days 了啊，
哈，
说35 days 了啊。
I think so. I never count already. I think I lost count 了。
我也是 lost count. I mean, like 我本来要想说 ，OK, day 1, day 2, then I lasted for 14 days. Then after that, I'm like，
对，然后 at the same time 也变 Master Chef 了。
对 ，actually for the beginning first 2 weeks, right， 他们是 hot kitchen chef, and then after that 变成 dessert pastry chef 了，因为突然间很多 dessert。Not all hot stuff anymore， 全部都是 dessert。我就看到 dessert 这样多，dessert， 然后就 craving 哦，想要吃咯，这样哦。
真的。
Why did I take my freedom for granted?
Yeah, but I mean at the same time, there's also a lot of people out there I think are looking for business opportunity as well. I think 你问我啦，这个时候是其实最好找 passive like alternative income 的时候啦。Either you learn to cook or you learn to start your own online shop or whichever it is. 我觉得 in this time is the I would say the best opportunity. So in times like crisis, we always say is also opportunity, right? So it depends how you see it. That's how I feel.
Good. Then I feel you can ask your friends to help you to share.
Oh yeah, that's true. Give me a minute. My Facebook was blocked because too aggressively sharing. So
really?
Yeah. So just give me a minute.
Okay, no problem. Take your time. We have 4 minutes more.
All right. So now it's not haven't start yet, right?
Haven't yet. It will start on the dot. So you can just share.
Okay. How you keep so fit, by the way?
我收起了。Okay, I eat once a day now. I don't know, my body clock is just crazy. I eat once a day only. It's like I don't know what time you sleep nowadays. I sleep at 4 in the morning. I cannot sleep early anymore.
Wait, 4 in the morning means it's 4 a.m., right?
Yeah.
So what do you do between 12 to 4?
I write. I write, yeah.
Okay, you're a writer, is it?
For a few things, for Property Queen, yes, I write. So yeah, so it's the time where I feel like I'm quite productive nowadays that I don't sleep. So I just write while I can write lah. Then come up with some ideas and stuff like that. I think I become a vampire already, productive at night rather than in the morning.
I think at night, right, it actually puts you in that moment where your brain is more like not so energetic, but at the same time your brain is very active. So
I also don't know how, but yeah, I just do it lah. As in like I also don't know what to do if I don't sleep. So I just do what I can do while I am awake lah.
That's true. I think now is a good time to also do meditation, right? Because like
I don't think I can meditate, but I exercise. I try my best to complete at least 6 sets of Tabata.
So that's your secret lah, I'm sure.
Yeah, eat once a day, very unhealthy lah. Eat once a day and then do a lot of Tabata lah. That's it. But then I feel like it's also a great time, like you said, for self-enhancement lah. go for webinars, go for online
Yes.
classes. Because I think a lot of people doing free classes, listen to live broadcasts like these,
Yeah.
a
I
lot
think
lah, this kind of thing.
I think my 2 cents on this is that it's either today you use money to trade for knowledge, or you use time to trade for free knowledge lah. So that's how I see it, right? So, but I feel now with Facebook Live and all this YouTube, it makes us learning easier and faster also, which is good.
Because I feel it's a benefit also lah. Benefit for everyone because you're at home. If you don't know what to do, I think being at home makes you a bit lazy one because you feel like I just don't want to move my butt. I just want to lay in my bed. I just want to get things done later. Some people are like that. But I feel like even if you are like that for a while, after a while you feel like got nothing to do, man. And then they start doing things again. So like I feel like you just have to move a bit, then you find your direction on what you want to do, then just go ahead and do it lah now. And if you want, you can learn other stuff, like maybe learn a new instrument and stuff like that.
Yeah. But I think aside from that is that one of the main thing when I first started in this industry, when I want to learn a new knowledge, right? Most of the time we have to attend like seminars. I don't know whether you still remember. Right? We have to spend 3 days locked up in a room. Then everyone is like, I don't know lah. You definitely you need money and time, but now it feels like money is not really a big issue lah. Even you don't have money doesn't mean you cannot learn, right? It's just that, like you say, some people are very comfort. Most of the time you rather play games or rather watch Netflix than to stick to a YouTube video, right? So
yeah. Okay, we can start already.
All right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in for today's PQTV Live. And with me today, we have Harris Chang, the team leader for IQI Realty, joining us. He's young, he's charismatic, he is always on the move. He loves to share his ideas, and he likes to share his ideas with everyone. So today we have Harris here with us, and Harris will be talking about how young agents cope through MCO by using digital marketing and so on and so forth. And also, Harris will be highlighting the downside of all this before he tells you on the high side of it. So, hi, how are you doing?
Okay. Hi, I'm good. Anyway, thanks Property Queen for giving me this chance, and especially for those just joining the viewers, please make sure that you stay tuned until the end of the live, because later I'll be sharing you 3 free marketing ways where you can get unlimited customer, and you don't have to spend a single cent, right? So if you want to know, please make sure you stay tuned. So maybe just a brief introduction by myself. Of course, I'm not like a born talented sales agent, right? So everyone has a start. So basically, my start is, I would say, comes with big challenges, whereby I still remember 2 years ago, I think 1.5 years ago, basically, I started off real estate with an 8,000 ringgit savings, right? And I used up all the savings in 3 months. And that also means that I was considered broke once before before I can come to this point. So just to share this story, because I want to tell you that actually in any business that you do, it's not about whether you are born rich or you are born smart, right? I always believe it's all about, if you are not born rich or born smart, all right? Bill Gates once said this point, which I very agree, is that if you are not born rich, it's not your fault. But if you die poor, that's your fault, right? So comes to learning as well. And in fact, today I believe people watching this, we are all in the same mindset. We always want to improve, and most importantly, we want to take this time. I would say a very good opportunity. We have about 35-day lockdown. I think it's very good time for us to do enhancement also, right? So today I'll be sharing some marketing and most important, to share what works for me and what doesn't work for me when it comes to me doing my marketing in a real estate line. So maybe you are not in real estate, or maybe you want to join real estate. I believe this knowledge can help any form of business. That's I promise.
Wonderful. Okay, so my first question for you is, some young agents like yourself are actually moving to digital even before MCO. How is it any different now?
Definitely there is a lot of different in terms of how we do business. And unfortunately to say, even after the lockdown, this COVID will also affect how we run our business after this, right? So whether you accept it now or not, it really depends on, like I said, your money can last how long lah. Unfortunately, not a lot of agents can last so long because first thing, your mindset, if you are not keeping it up, and if you don't have new knowledge, right, most likely your motivation will be down. You know, people will be blaming everyone, just like young agents when you ask me, right? So young agents, I think most of their main problem is that if I have no customer, all right, or if I have no leads, where can I get? Or when times like this, you know, where people confidence in terms of investment maybe are low, how do I get them to to at least want to hear from you, right? I think these are the main problems lah. So that's why I think today's live is hopefully can help a lot of people as far as how you can position yourself. I think that's very important, right? So coming to just now, you said, how do we run our business? I think most agents, either people are watching now, you are experienced agents or not experienced agents. I'm sure you have did some of these things before, like roadshows, right? Like giving out flyers or setting up banners, right? So I believe what we are trying to do from here is to get, you know, customers that want to buy. But if you ask yourself, right, in this market, how many customers are going to tell you that I want to buy property or I want to buy from you, right? I would say the chances maybe 1 to 2%, right? If you can get it, I would say it's luck, but definitely is also very risky, right? So you can see that now in terms of, I categorize like that, like easier for everyone to understand. Let me categorize this sort of customer as warm leads. Okay, warm leads means what? Customer that want to buy but don't know who to buy from. Okay, why I say so is because I believe any products, either it's property or investment, there's always a need for that. Like property, you know, for instance, who doesn't need a house, right? Everyone need a house, right? It's just that who to buy from, that's the question. And I think for young agents, that's the struggle as well, because like they have no experience, right? They don't have background. So why customer want to trust you, you see? Right. So these are the questions you have to ask yourself first, right? I'm not going to tell you whether is it the right thing to do, but just ask yourself. If let's say you don't have an answer for it, let me give you some ideas lah, right? So again, fall back to just now, I believe customer is plenty out there, right? So the key question now is, as an agent, all right, are you still doing advertisement, just advertisement, or you also do marketing? I believe these two things are very important and very different at this time when we talk about lockdown period, right? Because I think advertisement, everyone know what to do lah, right? You spend money, you set up banners. I think that's the standard way. But I think marketing side, a lot of people still thinks that they are doing marketing, but in fact they are not, right? What it means by marketing, right? Marketing is something where, for me, there is 4 important criteria, which later I will share. But yeah, so these are the things I want to emphasize first to start off the live today lah, right?
Okay, great. So we want to know, like, for users' perspective, for you being an agent for quite a while now, for users' perspective, do you think that they will be keen on buying property online, such as when you guys do digital marketing on Facebook, people see your ads? Do you think that they would actually want to buy property online?
All right. So, of course, just to start off this answer, I will give you some facts and numbers lah, right? Of course, I'm working as IQI agent, so definitely in this past 1 month, we are just like all other property agencies are affected by this so-called COVID case, right? Yeah, because customer cannot go to showroom, right? But the truth is that after 1 month, we have sold almost 300 million transactions just on project alone, right? Haven't including sub-sales, right? So this shows that actually customers, in fact, are there. And it's just that the way we approach customer That's the different, right? Last time, maybe you call customer, you ask them for showroom viewing, right? So you have that face-to-face interaction. But now it's more like you see them on the screen, like what we are doing now, right? So of course, you must back it up with something, lah, right? In case if customer give you questions, such as what, right? So such as, what if I see the showroom I don't like, right? Or what if once I see the actual thing, I don't find the needs for it, right? So these are the questions that you have to deal with, because at the end of the day, customer are not buying just a vegetable, right? Vegetable, we know, right, what to expect, what the taste is, but property is a lot on feelings. So what agents are doing different now, which I see very effective, is that they use a lot of marketing techniques. Number one, of course, Zoom is one thing. I think secondly is you have to give value already, right? There's no longer a sales transacted because the agent is pushy enough. I think this might work last time when property is hot, but at this time confidence are low. You have to give your value upfront. So what I'm saying, give value upfront, could be you can give them some market numbers, like how the market usually perform during downtime, and show them the opportunity, right? Of course, if you are a new agent and you don't have this knowledge, I strongly suggest, right, you can share some video to customer. Either you share an article or what, before you do the closing. And I feel like why we can able to achieve 300 million is because like all the presentation, all right, throughout our this 1 month, it all started off with educating customer first, giving value to customer first, right? But whether will customer buy at the end, of course, it's down to their decision. But I think what we can influence them, or what we can do on our part, is that to set ourselves different, set ourselves apart, right? So yes, my answer is yes, customer do in fact have that confidence if you give them the right knowledge. At the same time, you tell them, if you miss out this opportunity, there is a bigger cost ahead, right? So if customer can accept this, I think it shouldn't be a big issue. But of course, sub-sales agent, I definitely do understand the struggle they have to go through, because you cannot do any viewing, right? So what I would do, or what I have did before, is that I always take video whenever I go to any properties, right? So again, we are trying to give customer that feeling of not having to go there, but you can stay at your home at your comfort and watch maybe a video of the property. I think some my agents managed to close because of this initiative.
Understand. Okay. So just now you mentioned that there are agents also doing Zoom meetings and all that. Do you think this is an important time to keep good relations with your clients?
Definitely yes, right? I think you have to understand the fact is, customer at this time, most of them, right? When I first started, I think lockdown, everyone was panicked, right? Everyone was trying to figure out how to go about it. But I think after 2 weeks, 3 weeks, people are start to settle down, and they already accepted the fact that, you know, this will be a reality for them, right? So I think if you ask me, yes, why we need Zoom, or why we need this interaction, again, is to keep the relationship intact, number one. And number two is to find the right moment. Okay, what I mean by find the right moment, I believe normally how agents do, or in fact any sales also, right, during we said without lockdown time, most of the time when we call customer, they say not free, you know, they are busy with their things. But now seems like if you call them, you know, they have time, right? It's just that whether do you take the initiative, that's number one. Of course, number two, again, fall back to just now my point is, all right, we can no longer be pushy. That's how I feel, because the more you pushy you are at this time, all right, the more customer gonna back off from you, right?
Okay.
So yeah, so basically we have to call. Of course, when you call them, it's not to sell them, basically it's to understand their situation.
Correct.
Just ask them how you are doing, how's your business. Then from there, we will try to establish the relationship, to tighten the relationship.
Okay. So I want to know, like, what is the most important thing that agents should look out for when marketing their items online? Like, should they avoid posting too much, or too much at once, avoid using too many pictures, or use pictures with watermarks?
All right. So this goes back to just now first question, whereby I did say that I will give you some marketing ideas, and yes, and now I'm going to present it itself. So for those that just joined, remember, at the end of the live, I will be sharing some free marketing ideas with no cost. But now I'm going to share more on why I feel like you asked, you know, why marketing is important, right? Or what should I post? Just as simple as that, right? If I have a page, what should I post now, right? So I think when it comes to marketing, right, there is 4 important aspects that you cannot ignore. Okay, number 1, right? Customer has to see you first, right? So if let's say you ask me what is the secret to marketing, number 1 is always to see you, right? In other words, attention, right? People have to see you that you exist, right? So number 2, after they see you, they must like you, right? Like you, it means what? What sort of value you give them, right? This is very simple to say, but to give you a more factual or more action you can do is perhaps, right? You can send them ebook, right? That's one of it. Or you can send them some information where it can be from a book or from a video, right? That's number 2 lah. So they must like you, right? So number 3, okay, number 3 is whereby they must follow you, right? So you must give a way for them to subscribe or to follow you, right? And number 4 is to, of course, buy from you lah. So that's what we want. So again, why I need to mention these 4 steps, because if you miss out any of these 4 steps and you think that marketing is all about today you post picture, tomorrow customer will buy, so sorry. Like I said, there might be customer like that, but it's not going to be, it's maybe it's 1-2%. But you see, most customer, right, or I would say most marketeers nowadays, you look at Gary Vaynerchuk, right, you look at people like Grant Cardone, people that I follow a lot, right, it's always about these 4 things, whereby again, they have to see you, they have to like you, they have to follow you, and they will buy from you. So if you ask me what is the right content to do at this time, definitely, I think this COVID also gives us an opportunity to be, in terms of content-wise, more ideas, right? Like, I just share you one example to be straightforward a bit. So what I did in the past 1 month is that, of course, when COVID happens, I did share a post about what the precautionary you must do when it comes to avoiding COVID or this sort of viruses. Then this post actually becomes a viral post, and it was shared out around it reached about 10,000 to 20,000 people. And in exchange, I get about, throughout this lockdown, I get about almost 500 to 600 likes in my personal page alone, right? So if you ask me, what is the key to success or what should we market? Again, if you always market about your product, then definitely no people will want to follow, right? Some people might respond, but then you cannot establish the long-term relationship, right? Because what if today I'm a customer and I'm not liking your product? What else can I do with your page, right? So you must give them, aside from product, some knowledge as well. So my key ratio comes to marketing, right, is always 1 to 5. What I mean by 1 to 5? I will make sure that out of 5 posts, perhaps 1 is product, but the other 4 are all on things other than property. Could be marketing news, could be like, now COVID cases, right? I will maintain this ratio. So you must have a plan when you plan to do marketing. So of course, later I will share you some more relevant example how to start with 0 cost. Okay, so you stay tuned.
Okay. Do you think that it will be harder, although there will be sales that you can secure during MCO, but do you think it is harder for them to secure sales during MCO since we're all restricted from the conventional way of generating sales?
I think definitely yes for a lot of agents, but some agents are doing extraordinarily well, right? So again, I did go and study them. What are the 2 difference between, person that can succeed and person cannot succeed? It all falls back to, again, value, right? So what I'm trying to give out now is that for those that are watching which are agents, if let's say you still don't know where to get the customer, right, to even listen to you, right, you must first think of, from customer behalf, what are you giving to them first, right? So like I said, yes, I would say it's a struggle, because like property is a lot of times it's about emotion, it's about feeling. You have to touch, right, everything. Like, you buy a house, you want to touch the sofa, you want to touch the curtains, and these are the things that where last time it works very well for agents, right? We show them the very nice show house, but now it seems like cannot. So that would be a challenge, I would say. That would be a challenge. In fact, a lot of agents will quit the industry just because of this, because For them, they if they still continue to stick to, like I said, road shows, banners, or even like give out flyers, how can you do that throughout this time, right? Right. That's even impossible. Even after lockdown, I'm sure you can't go back to, you know, the way we do business anymore. At least for this, I think 6 months, right? Because people are fearful, you see. So you this is a fact, and it will happen. And if you are not catching up the, you know, how the new way to do things, you will be disqualified. Yeah.
So, following up, you said that there is a need for a new way of doing things. Can you just say a few things that we should do, like a new way for us to generate sales and do things differently?
All right. You're asking on real estate, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So either it's real estate or not, I think in this time, I have seen some example whereby even hairdresser are putting up their courses online. Some even, you know, they teach you how to cook, right? So if you ask me, is there a way to run business even at this time? Yes. And I believe everyone knows that, you know, everyone knows that online is the way to go. But I feel like most people are still struggling with one fact, is that they find themselves hard to differentiate from other people, right? They feel like these are the things that already happened. I don't want to just follow, right? I scared I might not be able to compete, right? So again, going back to even property as well, I think a lot of agents are struggling with this, is that I don't have the knowledge. I don't like to face camera. I don't like to put myself out there, or I don't think I have the right knowledge to tell customer. You see, we always have these struggles, right? And in fact, this is a human nature, right? Ask yourself, right? Who are born talented? I would say not a lot, right? Most of the people is they learn once they do. All right. It's not because they know they do, but they do, then only they know. Right. In a simple way, lah. Right. So coming back, how? Right. Like I said, it's all about giving value. Definitely I can guarantee you today you do marketing, or you once you watch this video, okay, you go and, you know, use my idea. All right. I would say the result won't be instant, right? Maybe next week, next month, or next year, we don't know. But what I'm trying to say here is that this time is a very good time for you to collect database, right? Collect database in what sense, right? Perhaps you are doing an online business now, that you need a physical shop. For instance, I don't know how to put it. Maybe repair shop. You are running a car business, or perhaps property. Let's say property, right? What you can do, I think, throughout this time is that you can push yourself up, expose yourself to everyone. At the same time, collect database, and then from there, after lockdown, right? At least you have customers to follow up, and not just wait until the lockdown. Only then you look for customer. It's already too late. Right. So how to get customer base? Later, I will share you 3 free tips for today. But again, yeah, to answer your question, I think now if you can't close sales, just collect database first, right? But whether do you do it again, it all goes back to do you initiate the action, no? Do you put the action in plan, no?
Okay, in your experience with doing marketing for a while now, can you tell us the difference between the traditional way of marketing and the current way of digital marketing? Do you think that digital marketing is the new trend? Traditional way is like you've mentioned, giving out flyers, standing at road shows, and new way is digital marketing, like going on computer, doing things on Facebook and all that.
Yes. I think the main difference, again, when you ask me the conventional way, is that I think some experienced agents are watching now. You might remember iProperty, or like Property Queen, right? Another web portal, very good, very nice, right? So I think last time a lot of people rely on all these platforms a lot, right? And I can call this marketing more like a passive marketing, right? Passive means what? Means that you don't have to always go and monitor, right? It's just pay money, renew it, right? And wait for people to call, right? So that's considered a passive, right? So the new way, I think now, is more on active marketing, right? You have to put yourself up, right? And these are also the reasons why a lot of agents are struggling, right? Example, new agents, again, they don't like to put themselves up, right? So again, if you ask me, when it comes to business, right, it's there will always be changes. It's rather whether you adopt or not, right? Or you'll be disqualified lah. So if you ask me if today I want a way to do marketing, but without me putting myself up, is there a way? Fortunately, yes. There's a lot of way for you to do that, right? For instance, now we have plenty of customer database we can get. Like what I do, WhatsApp blasting, SMS blasting. Like these are the common ways that we do things. But perhaps what you can do differently now is that your WhatsApp content, right? What are the information you put? Very important as well, right? So just to give you an example, right? So the new way of marketing now is no longer I text you, hey, you want to buy or not, right? Again, too pushy, too direct, and most customer will be back off, right? So instead of what I do last time when I post any message as well to customer, I would say, do you have any friends are looking for property? I have this project, all right, in here, all right? And then I will add on a remark. If you're not interested, I totally understand, but I just want to make sure that you don't miss out. And from this message, right, I've managed to get a lot of very quality referrals. So again, if you ask me, is there a new way? Yes, in fact, this is the new way already. So if you're still testing customer like, oh, this is the cheapest and things like that, I can guarantee you in this lockdown period where a lot of people are still are very bothered by their business, cash flow and all that, right? Once they see this message, first thing they would think is very ignore. No, I mean, they will feel ignored in the sense that this agent don't understand what I'm facing, right? And most likely, they wouldn't follow you after that already.
Okay, I like how you put it as a passive and active marketing, and I think that people should really take the initiative to seize both ways of marketing for more results. Do you agree?
Again, it depends on what you want. Like I said, doing marketing can be two. Either you are running a race or you're doing a marathon. Both have different results, right? Okay. So, of course, most people would like shortcut in whatever they do, and that's the basic human mindset. Like, again, fall back to passive and active marketing. Of course, passive marketing is very comfort lah. Definitely, you just put there, you just collect more leads, and then you just put it up, more listing, right? So people would automatically give you business. That's one way. I think at this, I would say lockdown period, right? I would say people even call you today, hey, I want to buy this house, but I want to see it first. What can you do? You can't do anything, right? But let's say you have a active marketing, maybe you can channel them, right? So in the meantime, let me update you on markets, or perhaps you can follow me on this page first, right? So these are easier for you to collect customer database at the same time. So once the lockdown is settled, then at least you got customer to engage with, right? Not just wait until everything settled first, only then you do your action plan, which is too late.
All right. So how long have you been a team leader at IQI Realty?
Actually, I'm on the way, but again, I'm on the way. But then again, coming back to my experience, I would say throughout my 1.5 years in this industry, like I said, I did struggles a lot, right? I did struggles a lot, and I can say in this 1.5 years, in terms of my sales, if you take an average, I have converted amount around 15 to 16 million. All right. So some may achieve more than me. I'm sure that some agents can achieve more than me, right? But what I'm trying to say here is that out of these 60 million sales, it's not because I put in a lot of money. Honestly, I 1 month, I think, to give everyone some ideas, my marketing fees doesn't exceed 4 figures, right? That's how I spend my marketing. In fact, if you ask a lot of agents, they can easily spend more than that, right? Again, how I do it, it all goes back to what you want. Like for me, I don't want people to just take me as an agent, right? Not just a one-off agent, but more like a consultant. That's how I put it. So yeah, I'm actually going to hit for leader because I now have a couple of agents. So what I do is that I tell all my agents the same thing, right? I have did it, and this is my testimonial, and you can follow it. All right. So later I will share you exactly how I do it, so more people can learn, not just
yeah. Like being a leader, it's a I would say it's a very important role at the moment, because during MCO, some people will feel lost. They don't know what they can do. And then some of them, they just feel like, never mind lah, I have my team leader to go through with me. And then team leaders will have to patiently teach the people that you lead on how to cope with the matters during MCO. And I would say not everyone is a born leader, and not everyone can be a good leader. So
Yes.
do you think leaders are important during this period to help the team to move forward during MCO?
Well, depends how you take it lah. Because some people, right, you see, even when we guide them and we teach them, they still have a fixed mindset, you see. So my question, I think my answer to that is that definitely leaders are important in the sense that to teach you, to educate you how to do it. But whether do you do it or take an action to do it, that's another question. So coming to just to share a bit of my company lah, right, a bit of marketing here. So basically, what we are different and why I like this platform is that IQI focus a lot on mindset building, right? So other than just focus on how to sell, what is your how well do you know the product? Most of the time, I think agents quit is because they don't have the right mindset. And what I mean by right mindset is that a lot of people will take this lockdown as an excuse. Oh, I can't do sales, and that's also what caused people to struggle more, right? But if you start to change your mindset, right, which is very important, you change from crisis to opportunity. I feel that's how leader plays a bigger part, right, when it comes to in this line of business. But again, yes, if you ask me, do some agents quit because their leader are not doing anything? That's a lot, right? Because like I said, maybe the leader themselves, well, they are still struggling, right? So this is when company play a very big part. Which I have to admit that, if the company doesn't give you the platform, right, to learn, then I would say maybe you might want to consider to change an environment to see if you can learn something more, right? Like I said, I don't expect, people to give loyalty. Like I said, loyalty is earned, it's not given, right? So as a leader ourselves, we always have to educate ourselves, at the same time improve ourselves, and that's when companies is very important.
Okay, just now you mentioned take this crisis opportunity and make it a turning point. Can you elaborate more on this part?
Well, again, most people will take this as an excuse that I can't do my business, or I can't go to the showroom to learn, right? So again, how do I say turn crisis is that I think this time is where you can think of ways, even without physically there, how you can teach them. Like for me, what I do different is that I will put on like 3 to 4 videos to teach you how to sell a product. Then I will record it, right? Then I will instill it to all my new agents that just joined, right? So how does it help is that normally when we as a leader have to train agent, right, we have to spend a lot of maybe 1 to 2 hours. But after that, then if there's new agents, some more again, we have to repeat what we do. But I think after this lockdown happened, right, now, in fact, I have videos, right, it easily helped me to expand my business faster, right? So I think that fall back to crisis turn opportunity. If let's say this lockdown doesn't happen, I wouldn't have the time to spend to do all these videos. And now I would say after this lockdown, I don't have to worry lah. What if the agents don't have the right knowledge? I will show them this video, right? So this is again maybe some idea for people who are watching who is a leader now, and you want to use this lockdown as an opportunity to revamp your business.
Yeah. Do you mind sharing with us during this MCO period of 35 days, how many sales have you secured so far?
So far, it's about 2, right? Of course, ongoing there will be some more. So if you ask me, yes, yes, yeah. But how do I do it? Again, it all goes back to giving value, right? How do I find this customer? Of course, everyone knows agents, we have listings, right? So you might get this listing from someone else, or you buy it, or whichever it is, or maybe your advertisement. So what I do throughout this period is that, again, first thing I will do them WhatsApp blasting, SMS blasting, right? Then after that, I will filter them out, right? Which customer is which. So again, this time gives us a very good opportunity to really categorize our list, like which listing is quality one, which are not. And then from there, you can arrange, because I feel the main problem for a lot of agents is that after a while, right, you have so many customer listings, you forget, this customer want to buy one, but you forget to follow up, right? So what I do is I categorize them into warm, cold, and hot, right? So then from there, I would filter them out. And of course, these cases that I close is because, yes, these customers are warm leads. And how do I know? Again, I do SMS blasting, WhatsApp blasting first, right? I wouldn't know until I do that. Then after that, I just call them. Of course, again, when you call them, you all must think of their behalf, right? You don't just call them, I want to sell you this. I would say, I understand now the situation is hard. And in fact, if you want to see property, it's even harder. So I'm giving you this solution. You can see it online, right? Then from there, customer will feel like, you are giving them value, not just want to sell them on the sake of selling, right? Then after that, because I did a slide, right? So I will present them with a slide with some facts and figures. Then from there, you never know, customer, maybe because of that, they feel like if they miss out this time, they will miss out 10 years of investment opportunity. Then they might want to buy from you. So again, that's how I do it, and I share it to everyone so that you can take this as an example.
Okay, so we have a question from Jasmine.
Yes.
In your opinion, is this a good time to buy now?
Well, suddenly
In
goes
your
to
opinion,
suddenly I turn into agent now. Okay, I would say whether is it good time to buy. Let me put it this way, Okay, property is no longer you buy when you need it. I think it's more like you buy when you can afford it. Because like I said, if property market, right, really were to crash, a lot of people would think, wow, now is the best time to enter. But the truth is, right, imagine today, if you are jobless, you don't have cash flow to run your basic necessity. How are you supposed to buy a house? You think about it, I would say the idea of people buying during market crash is a fantasy, not a reality. Okay, I'll put it out first, right? Because some may say property dropped 70%, right? I mean, you might have saw that news. And then customer ask me, is it a good time to buy? Like I said, if market were to drop 70%, you will be jobless. And most likely the whole economy will collapse. Then what happened? The rich people will buy more. So end up, the rich and poor gap will be bigger. Poor people will continue to rent. Rich people will continue to own more properties. So if you ask me, is it a right time to buy? Like I said, property, you have to buy where you can afford. And of course, before you make the decision to buy it, it must fulfill 5 categories, right? So what 5 categories? You can follow my page. I actually did some videos on that, right? Because I don't want to spend too much time talking about that, right? I say, just to maybe give you some idea. Of course, everyone knows location. Everyone knows the developer importance, right? But what I want to add on is that you must know your entry price, right? Who are you fighting with, right? So how do we get that information, right? It's either through agents or you can search online. But if let's say you don't know where to start, right? So what I call them is median price. You must know your median price, right? So, and of course, most importantly is that your booster. What are the booster of the property, right? If the property have all these elements, and now you ask me, is it a good time to enter? Yes, because interest rates are dropping, and most likely, right, after this economic recession, right, banks will even tighten their loan requirement. So, like it or not, it will be harder to take loan. Although it's cheaper, but doesn't mean it's for everyone. They only select good customers, right? So I hope it answers that. But again, if you want to know the exact one, you can follow my page, Harris and Pop Talk. That's basically my page. You can search on Facebook. Yeah.
Okay. So digital marketing is a broad term. Could you share with us what are those marketing tools that you have been using that are effective for you?
All right. So since now coming to 43 minutes, I think we are coming close to our ending of our live, right? So let me just put it out.
For the end already, so like everyone will stay.
Let me just put it out, right? So for those that watch until now, thank you so much. I'm going to review the 3 free marketing tools you can use now, no cost, right? And you can get customer or even sales, right? So how did I do it, right? So basically, these are the three things that I do lah. Number one is that WhatsApp blasting is number one that I always do, right? Because WhatsApp blasting for me is a free things to do. But again, what content you have to put in your WhatsApp blasting, that's very important. Of course, for me, just now I share a bit on how I put my sentences, right? Whereby you don't sell them upfront, but then you inform them, or you have any friends looking for property, I have a deal, right? If you don't buy, it's okay, but I just hope that you will miss out. That's number one. Number two, what I will do in my WhatsApp is that I will share them the difference between, like example, the difference between mortgage loan and car loan, right? How would you be affected by this loan moratorium, right? If you don't know what is loan moratorium, even better, customer will ask you, what is loan moratorium? Then again, these are the free ways to get engagement. And if you ask me, do they provide immediate result? Not really, but maybe you receive a thank you. But I think as an agent, right, what we can follow up after that, right? You can send them a link. I created a private group on Telegram. Why not you join this Telegram group? So if they're interested, then you can channel this sort of customer to another platform where you can from there know what customer is quality, right? So if you ask me, how do I know that to create this sort of so-called Telegram group? It's all about me learning first, right? So if for those that just join in that don't understand what I'm saying, what I'm telling you is that you must have a call to action for customer, not just send them the information and that's all. I say there must be a next step, right? So what I did for my next step is that if you are interested, you can join me in this Telegram group, and from there I will promote some property knowledge or even perhaps products, right? So that's number one. And so far it had give me very good results because a lot of them turned out for my online preview for my project, right? And the second thing I think we can do is infograph. These are the free ways you can get leads. So what is mean by infograph, right? So maybe in Facebook now you have seen some people teach you 10 ways to help you to save on property costs, right? They will tell you, RBGT, legal fees and all that. So that's part of infograph. It could be in a form of pictures or it could be a form of posting, but definitely what works for me is that pictures lah. So what I do is during my free time, I will get information from, could be other property platform. Again, this sort of thing, you don't have to think one. You just copy only. Maybe a watermark, you change it, post it online, right? Then from there, people will automatically share if they find it helpful. Of course, in your posting, the wording is important. Instead of just telling them, this is the info, I will ask them, tag your friends, right? Share it with your friends. You must initiate the conversation. You must initiate the action. If not, customer, again, only will see it, and then perhaps swipe away only. Okay? So coming to the third way, I do a lot of live. So for those that never see my video content before, you can follow, you can type Harris Cheng and basically all my information is there. So again, coming back to live, right? This you might have seen a lot in this past 1 month, right? And if you ask me, is it effective or not? Well, live for me, again, is all about putting yourself out there, and it's the best free marketing platform for now. Okay, maybe in future it might change. We don't know yet, but this is the trend. So how do I do it? Again, I will join a lot of groups, right? Then this group can be any group, right? Can be, outstation, or you can search like KL 吹水站. These are the examples that we usually agents do, right? But don't just join and share your products, right? Why not you share your knowledge? Of course, some of you watching might be thinking, where do I get the right knowledge? It depends who you follow. So let's say if today you follow cars, you only see cars only. So does it help your business? No. So what I suggest is go and follow some, could be, property gurus, right? Just to give you some ideas, I follow Tony Yap, I follow Adrian V. Because these two people is from IQI and they are very popular. So these are the people that I follow a lot. And then I learn from them. And then I just share my knowledge on live, right? Just share my knowledge on live. And then from there, I get a lot of customer listing. Of course, this sort of customer, again, is it immediately they will buy? Then again, not. But then you can retarget them to another, like I said, Telegram group, or perhaps you can pull them. So you build your followers, right? So these are the free things that I strongly suggest all agents to do, right? So yeah. Actually, in fact, I prepared 3 more points before.
Yes, please.
Right. So I hope I can able to share, right?
Hey,
So
don't worry, just share. Yeah.
okay, this is just a personal sharing lah. So if you want to be successful in this line, right?
Mm,
For me, there are three things that you have to fulfill. Okay, so number one, you must surround yourself with the right people. I think that's
mm,
very important. So either you
mm,
are a real estate agent or not, you're watching now, or you plan to join a real estate company. Uh, People that say, "Ah, yeah, you follow me, I will definitely succeed lah." Right? That of course, some people buy it, but if you ask me, if the environment, doesn't give that, I think you also very hard to maintain your positivity. So again, the right people, you must always surround yourself with the right environment lah. So that's very important, and that goes back to
mm,
leadership and company, right? So number two
mm,
is you must learn to invest in your own knowledge first. Like I said, uh, okay, this is a quote for me, not from anyone. I think when it comes to property line, definitely you have failures, you have success, right? So for me, failures is a story, not a mistake. That's me, lah, right? That's how I see myself. Again, failure for me is a story for tomorrow. It's not a mistake I did. What I'm trying to say here is that if let's say today I never failed before, right? I wouldn't have this session that I can share to you that last time I was broke, right? But from there, I think it also set yourself apart from other agents. So never
mm,
take your mistake as something you are guilty of, but take it as a pride, right? So how it relates to invest in your knowledge first, again, right? For me, every mistake is a learning curve, and most importantly
mm,
is perhaps instead of thinking like some agents they don't know where to get customer, have you asked yourself when did the last time you spend money on yourself instead on ads? Yeah, right. So I hope it answers that lah. Right. And number three is that learn to utilize free ways to get leads first before
mm,
thinking of
mm,
spending money to get customers. All right. So how to get it? Just now I already shared. So if you want to know more, then again you can follow my page. But definitely, more importantly, I'm also just to promote myself lah. Right. I'm also want to get the right business partner. If let's say you're interested to to learn something, all right, maybe not join yet, but to learn something on real estate, you can also connect with me. I'm more
mm,
than happy to assist lah, right? If I can help. Yeah.
mm. Okay, I
Okay.
think for everything that you've mentioned today, it's more on a personal approach and through your experiences that you've had throughout your career in real estate. And I find it very insightful, and I hope that it helps the people that are watching today to do their part to help us for real estate. And we have a question from Rahman. When you
Mm-hmm.
mentioned WhatsApp blast, is it more or a personal approach or like a mass blast?
I do it mass, but I add on my personal approach. Okay, how to answer that? Very simple. Let's say today you have a picture, right? So let's say you
Mm,
think this is helpful for customer, right? I'm not saying sell product. I'm saying on giving value first. Like so, what I did is that I share them some. Perhaps now a lot of news about loan or market. I will share them an infograph example. Then I will add on one more sentence is that take care, stay safe, right? Or
mm,
if you are looking for undervalued properties, you can text me anytime, right? Because in this time, I think a lot of people are looking for opportunities, right? Especially even investment in general, right? Who doesn't want to buy at a discount of 50% or 60%, right?
mm,
So if you ask me, it's not about mass or personal. It's all about the content, right? You can do mass on a very personal level. Like all my message, I always end with take care, stay safe. These are the personal touch that actually sets us apart from other agents. All right, you must share
mm.
that you care for them first. Right? I hope it answers. But then again, if you want the exact wording, right, PM me lah. All right.
Okay. One more thing, because I see that you have also done some recruitment postings. So, are you planning to recruit?
Definitely, definitely. If you,
Mm,
let's say you have zero capital, but you're hungry to learn or improve yourself, and perhaps you want to earn some side income, right?
mm, mm.
Just PM me lah. I have a very good plan for you, right? So for those that are
Okay.
interested, yeah.
Anything else you want to share? We have like another at least 10 minutes because we started earlier. So at least another 10 minutes. So do you have anything else that you would like to let people know about real estate and how they can achieve, like motivate them? Do you have anything to share with our viewers today?
Yes. I mean, let's be honest to ourselves lah. I think at this time, it's not a very happy time for a lot of us, especially either you are self-employed or you are a business owner. Honestly, if you ask me what's my prediction for the coming few months, definitely there will be layoff, right? I expect at this market, either you take a salary cut of 40% or you get laid off. That's the option, right? So again, if you ask me as someone who are looking to build a stable financial or stable source of income, right? In this time, it teaches us a big lesson. Like if you don't change the way you do business, you'll be disqualified. That's my advice. But what I'm trying to say here is that if let's say today, right, you still rely on government, right? You still rely on those stimulus plan, right, to run your business. Unfortunately, I would say is don't put so much hope lah, because at the end, I think regardless what happened, right, either is market down or good, right? A lot of time we take for granted. I feel lah, like when market is good, we always think that everything works. Why not maintain it, right? Why change? But this COVID teaches us one big lesson is that it's not about how much you know the property, right? If today no one's know you, right, then again, sales is like a race for you already. It's no longer sustainable, right? So again, if you want to ask me, my advice is that keep yourself busy. Busy in the sense that I'm not saying you should quantify or yourself with sales number, like how much you achieve in this 1 month. It's more like even with no sales, what are you doing, right? So for me, that's the question. That's the question you should ask yourself. And most importantly, if let's say you are down because no sales, again, for me, it's understandable. A lot of agents are actually facing the same thing. It's just that stay strong, all right? Most importantly, do something different. All right? Don't just keep doing what you know, but instead learn and at the same time try to do marketing at the end,
Okay.
So that's how I see it. I hope it's not too repetitive.
No. But do tell us about your page. How can we look for you? Any website, any links, and maybe just a little bit more info about your own page. And when do you go live usually? What is your frequency like?
Okay, so basically for those want to learn how to set up zero marketing, how to use zero fees to set up marketing costs, you can always go through my personal page. So I actually set up my own page at Harris Prop Talk right? So if you search online, Harris Prop Talk, that's my personal page. And yes, talking about live, I do every 2 times a week, sharing on market knowledge and what are the property we can invest and what are the mistakes that people usually do, especially at this time. So you want to learn more about property in general, just to help yourself, right? When you approach customer, I think I'm doing this for free. And if you feel it makes sense, then you learn. If you feel like I'm talking nonsense, then I mean you take it as a opinion, right? So again, if you follow me, definitely you learn something, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Can
so
any
again,
last words to our viewers?
So yes, if you are again coming back to a bit of my promotion, if you are looking for a way to generate an alternative source of income, feel free to PM me. I do have a lot of business opportunities, and I'm sure that from what I've learned, I will teach you for free basically, because all this I have did and done before, right? So if you are in that same mindset that you want to break through from this lockdown period, you want to outperform in fact other people, then yeah, let's connect. That would be
great. So I think what we can take away from today's live sharing session is don't give up, keep striving, always put yourself in other people's shoes when you're trying to sell a project to them, keep some personal touch, make sure to always be aware of what's going on, give yourself more knowledge before you go and teach others, and of course make sure to share good content wherever you go.
I think good or bad depends on everyone, but most importantly, when you start off, definitely there won't be a lot of people to see, right? Like it takes times again, right? But you have to figure out what you do today will affect your 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, even 10 years down the road. So if there is another lockdown happen, at least you are much more prepared for the next time. So if you want to learn more about this, again, you can follow me and we can connect, right?
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Harris, for joining us today. Just one more thing, ladies and gentlemen. This Friday, we'll be having another live session with Dato Su Cheng of Geo Antara. So make sure to come on and have a look at the live this coming Friday. And we would like to give a huge thanks to Harris. Thank you so much, Harris, for joining us today, taking your time off to, do this with us. We truly appreciate it. And of course, just to let all of you know, all of you agents who are watching, Property Queen is actually offering free listings on our website. You can check us out, propertyqueen.com.my. Free listings, free registration. If you guys want to know more about this, you guys can inbox us or even just give us a call. We will put out our numbers so you guys can call us to get more free listings during this time. We want to help out everybody. And of course, it's unlimited listings, unlimited, free registration. So you guys can come on by and have a look. And of course, I believe Harris have also heard our presentation before, and we want to help everyone out there during this critical time. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, a huge applause for Harris Cheng.
Thank you so much. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Yeah.
Exactly. We are really happy to have someone like you to come and share your knowledge with us on your experiences in real estate. And of course, we hope to have more sessions with all of you. So definitely, ladies and gentlemen, we'll put the links in our comments right after this. So if you like this, share it out. Share this to your friends. Harris will also share his links in our comments on how to link with him. His name is Harris Cheng, and his page is called Harris Prop Talk.
Yes.
All right. Yes.
All right.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's all from us. Thank you so much, Harris. Thank you, everyone, for watching. We'll see you in the next live. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.